It's your boy back with you, Real Talk with Mr. Anonymous, coming back at y'all again for my 17th podcast. Been a long time coming, man. Computer screen broke, couldn't film my podcast. All my equipment started acting up. So many obstacles and so many hurdles to get back to making this podcast for y'all. So today I'm giving y'all another best damn 30 minutes of your life. We're going to go hard. We're going to go all in. We're going to touch on a lot of different subjects that we didn't get to talk about or we haven't talked about that has happened in the sports realm, in the realm in general. We're going to get on a little bit of relationship type stuff again, as we always do. And we're going to go commercial free with this one, man. We're just going to go off the hip and we're going to go raw and uncut. We're going to give y'all everything y'all need in this 30 minutes. We're going to try to cram it in 30 minutes, but y'all know I get long-winded sometimes, so we might go over that 30 minutes, but we're going to give y'all everything you need in this podcast, man, to really get down to what's been going on, man. So much to talk about. It's going to be hard to fit it all, but yeah, again, Real Talk Mr. Anonymous, man. If y'all follow me on Instagram, it's Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. On Twitter, Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. I am on YouTube, Real Talk with Mr. Anonymous. You can please go download, subscribe to my podcast on iTunes, on iHeart, on Spotify, on Stitcher, everywhere, man. Everywhere that they have podcasts, you can find me on it at Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. Appreciate a lot of love and support from everybody. I want to tell y'all from the bottom of my heart, thank everybody who supported me, everybody who subscribed to my channel. Also, you can go to my website, www.podbean.com/Real Talk Mr. Anonymous, and you can see all of my episodes that I have on there, man. So appreciate all love and support, man. We're going to get right into it right now, right here, right now. We're going to do something a little bit different today than we normally do, man. We ain't going to give it to you the same way we all been giving it to you. We're going to start with the relationship segment of our edition of Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. And a lot of people be asking me different questions, man. Like, I got somebody it's funny, man. I got somebody that asked me a question the other day, like, how are you qualified to give out, relationship advice? And I just simply explain, well, you see that considering that I've been married as long as I've been married, over 10 years, I believe I'm qualified to give out some sort of advice. Whether you take it or you leave it, that is completely up to you. But I'm qualified to give out some sort of advice. And even simply for the fact of, if we're going to just talk about regular relationship advice, I can give women a peek inside of men's mind. So all you women out there, pay attention, listen to this segment, as it will pertain a lot to you. So we just want to get into something I want to think is real important in relationships. It's been on my mind for a while. I believe I'm a deep thinker. I'm always thinking. My mind is always constantly going. You know what I mean? Always constantly moving in a direction. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to get a little bit of this morning coffee on this Sunday right before this football start. Anyway, this is something that I feel that's real important. This is not the only thing that I'm saying is important in a relationship, but this is one of the most important things that I think for goal-minded and driven-minded individuals that are in relationships. I believe in relationships, goals are important, both individual goals and couple goals. I believe if you have a 5 or a 10-year plan, I believe that helps you out in your relationship, because you both can help each other get to where you want to be, no matter whether that is in entrepreneurship and business, in career, in going back to school and losing weight, whatever your desires of your heart is, whatever your goals are, whether that's strengthening your marriage, because maybe your marriage has been through a little bit of turmoil, maybe there's some issues in the marriage that you want to get right. Whatever the goal is, I believe it's incredibly important for you as a person, man and woman, to have personal goals that you want to accomplish, and then have goals for you as a couple that you want to accomplish. That is very, 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 to me, very important. That is the fabric of life to me. I think if you go through life without goals, and I think there's been research done and surveys saying that just in general, even if you're by yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people, I'm going to sidebar here a little bit, as I always do. Some people, they go through life and they just wing it. They just go through life and they wing it. And that works for them. Winging it works for them. Not having goals, not planning anything works for them. But the majority of people, I think it gives you something to shoot for, and it gives you something to see every day if you have goals. And not only have those goals, but write those goals down so you can see those goals every day. As you get up in the morning to go put your clothes on, as you go to the refrigerator, whatever it may be, you'll be able to see those goals every single day that you're trying to get to. And I believe that gives you something to push forward to and give you something to look forward to in life, because there's so many things in life that can stumble you or derail you or be obstacles in your life. And I think if you focus on and if you see what what the end goal is, you appreciate the process more. You will have something to fight for. So that's just me, my opinion anyway. Back on relationship, I believe that is important in a relationship, that you both have goals. And I believe when you go through these trying times as you're trying to achieve your goals and you help one another, I believe that's going to build that foundation of your relationship. So when you get to where you need to be in life or in relationships, you're going to appreciate it that much more, because that person has been there with you from the beginning, from when you first wrote out this plan. That person has been right by your side in every step of the way. So I believe that strength in relationship, and I believe it's very important. That's not only thing that's important, but that's just something that I want to speak on today, that I feel that is very important. And another thing I will say is trust. Trust is so important, and we have to make sure we're making good, sound decisions in relationships once to our significant others. Both of us, we have to make sure that we're making sound those sound decisions, because trust is everything in a relationship. And once that person loses that trust or that faith in you, and they no longer believe in you, or they no longer can trust you, or you cheated on them, or you've lied to them, it pretty much throws away everything that you've done up until that point. And it's hard to get that back. That's a hard thing, extremely hard thing to get back, when you lose that trust in an individual that you felt like had your back, and now you don't think they had your back, or you felt like they was all about you. Now you don't feel like they all about you. So those are two things that I think are very important. As I stated, having goals, having trust, and communication. Communication is another one. You have to rely heavily on communication, because I believe people change as life progresses and life goes on. And I think you have to let your partner know those time periods where you are changing as a person, so y'all can change together. Not you change and then you let them know, and then it makes it more difficult for them to adjust to the changes that you've already made, as opposed to if you discuss those changes before those changes happen, or while they were first occurring. Both of you guys can work together. So those are the three things that I think are important: communication, having goals, both individual and having couple goals, and having a level of trust and loyalty in relationship. And I think if you have those things, you can have a successful relationship. I do really, truly do believe that. So that is my opinion, and that is my opinion alone. As y'all know, I always state, I don't give a damn what you think. This is my opinion, and I'm giving you what I think in my mind. Take it, leave it. If you want to take a few gems out of there, take a few gems out of there. If you don't, hey, it is what it is. So that's my opinion. Now, this one, ladies, I want you to pay attention later. This one specifically is for you ladies out there, because I'm really starting to notice a lot on social media, on all different type of platforms, where I don't know where this comes from. It's always been there. And I'm going to speak a little bit about these zodiac signs. Stop judging men and women. Stop judging men and women off of zodiac signs. As I do believe, zodiac signs can give you an indication of who a person is, because I know for the better part of us, we all, as individual signs, we do have certain traits that we all have. But I think you must really pay attention to a person's life experiences and what they've been through in their life that shape and mold them, and also believe in what we call generational family curses. I'm a huge proponent of God. I'm a huge proponent of the Bible, and I believe that you can pass down stuff to your kids as you get older. Like, you will see, for an example, you'll see a mom who had a baby at a young age, and then her daughter has a baby at a young age. That's a generational curse. We see that time and time again. Some people call it generational, whatever you want to call it. We see it time and time again. So those things are, his daddy was a drunk and he was a drunk, and then his son's a drunk. We see those things time and time again, passed down from generation to generation to generation. And I believe that those are the main proponents. Even though you might meet a person and you might say, hey, their sign doesn't match up with mine, or the zodiac sign says, go see what that person is about. See what their life experience is about. See what their family is about. See how they interact with their kids. See how they interact with their mom. See how they interact with their dad. Find out what their goals are. Find out what their dreams are. Those are the important things that you have to look for out here, ladies, when you're trying to date these men. Men trying to date women. Stop looking off of a sign and discounting a person just because their sign says they don't match up with you. That's the dumbest shit that I've ever heard in my life, personally. And I think you guys need to cut it out because it doesn't make any sense. I ain't trying to be real. I got on a little serious tangent again there. But really, man, let's really take a peek into who a person really is and stop relying on what some sign says about a person to tell you everything you need to know. I almost feel like it's almost cutting out the work of trying to really cultivate a relationship with a person, because you're going to go back up on a piece of paper or what you read out of a magazine or what you read off the internet or what you read off of horoscope.com. I mean, cut it out, man. Really try to sit down and see what that person is about, because you might be missing out on your blessing. And a lot of y'all probably missing out on people that are good for y'all because you say, hey, his sign doesn't match up with me. Well, there are people that's been together that signs match and it didn't work. So stop relaying everything on that, ladies. Please. I know I'm stressing on ladies a lot, and I know a little bit of men do it, but I know this is particularly very rampant, and a lot of women are doing it. Stop focusing on zodiac signs and focus on the person. That's all I will tell you. And maybe that dream man that you want might still be out there for you, or maybe you're missing out. So that is my little piece on relationship segments, man. And we're going to get back to what we do. We talk about sports, but man, I try to talk a little bit about everything. So, that is my little piece on relationships. And we're going to get back into some sports, man. We got a lot of sports to talk about. We got AB to talk about. We got the Jaguars and Jalen Ramsey going on. We got Vontaze Burfict and what you think about him getting suspended for the whole year. We got this one phenomenal black female, Tony Harris, 22 years old, that got a full ride scholarship. First female, not only first female, but first black female on top of that to get a full ride scholarship. So we're going to get into all of that right now, man. Like I said, we're going to no commercial break today, man. And we're going to get right into, I don't know if she's on social media. I'm pretty sure she is. Y'all go follow this girl. Amazing, amazing, amazing girl. Tony, Tion Harris. She's a undersized defensive back, a free safety, and wants to be the first woman to play in the NFL. She is the first woman to sign an intent to attend college on a full football scholarship. She has a full football scholarship to the University of Southern Methodist University to play for NAIA school. Man, big ups, big ups, big ups, big ups, man. This is major right here, man. I was so excited when I heard I was going to talk about this, man. This is monumental, man, especially for the black community, man. This is monumental for us, man. Shout outs to Tony Harris, man. Do your thing. I have not had a chance to peek in on her and see what she's been doing. But the next episode, you guys, I promise I'll come back and I'll give you an update on her progress and if she's playing yet or what's her situation, man. But we want to shout out to Tony Harris, man. She's out there doing her thing, man. Full ride, not a partial ride, a full ride to play free safety, man. And I've seen some tapes on her. The girl can play, the girl can hit, the girl is with the shit. So shout out to Tony Harris, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep them dreams alive. You never know, you might be the first female to play in the NFL, man. The first black female. That will be huge, huge, huge. So shout out to Tony Harris, man. Keep doing your thing. We'll follow up on that story. Next, man, we're gonna get into. It's just this irks me so bad on so many different levels. As a black man, I don't know if all you other black guys can attest to it, but this hurts me so bad to just go through the timeline of Antonio Brown, AB. It's crazy to me, man. It's like when you get when you get the opportunity to be in certain positions, you have to use those positions and those platforms for the right thing. You don't want to send wrong messages out to little kids that look up to you. I know a lot of people say that, well, I'm not a role model. I'm not your kid's parent. I know you're not, but A lot of kids look up to athletes. That's just what it is, regardless of whether you have a father in your life or not. Every kid that wants to be an athlete is going to look up to another athlete more than likely. They're going to still look up to their parents and their dad and everything, but being an athlete and having an athlete, you're always going to look up to that individual a little bit more. So this is a little bit sad for me. I'm going to first start off on a little bit of timeline. AB, he wanted to get out of Pittsburgh. He go from Pittsburgh and basically demands his way out and wanted to trade out because of being in issues he had with the organization, and he wanted to be traded. So he goes to Oakland, and Oakland gives up most of its picks it has to get him. First round picks, I believe, and a second round pick to get him. He signed this huge contract, Oakland, $30 million guarantee with Oakland Raiders. The first week he gets there, he's on some bullshit already. He has some kind of toe thing, and he don't want to wear the helmet, and he's getting into it with the GM, and he's calling the GM crackers, and he's just doing way too much, man, entirely too much he's doing. And he goes on IG and asks to be released and traded and post the fine he got. Like, dude, man, come on, man. My G. I mean, it's a way to conduct business, and everybody feels like Instagram is the way to do things now in this millennium age, and it's so wrong to me on so many different levels for him to be doing stuff like that and be posting it on Instagram. I mean, it's just a right way and it's a wrong way to do things regardless of how you feel. And like I said, little kids are looking up to you, and we have to do a better job in general. I'm talking about across the board as black athletes. They have to do a better job. Not we, I'm not a black athlete, but they have to do a better job of, and don't get me wrong, it's a lot of guys doing a lot of great things, but it's a lot of bullshit being put out there too. It's a lot of bullshit that's going on that's being put out. We just got to do a better job than that. Then he gets to the Patriots, and then they found out about these sexual assault allegations. Now, I don't know how much they knew or didn't know. He gets $10 million from them. Then they let him go because they didn't want to deal with it. And now you find yourself in a position where you're on nobody's team. You're probably not even playing this season, and we don't know if you'll get to play next season, but there were some teams that were still interested in him. So we believe next year, after the smoke clears, he'll probably be back in the NFL. But you lost $30 million in guaranteed money, bro. You can never get that money back for your family and for your kids and for your kids' kids. It's about legacy at the end of the day. It's about generational wealth at the end of the day. And that's what you should be trying to build. You've been given the ability to be great. Like, this dude was great, no doubt about it. Football, dude was great. He was a beast on that field. You feel what I'm saying? He was a beast. So it's sad that now he's going to be reduced to playing for no more guaranteed money he going to get. He'll never get any guaranteed money for a large amount of 5-year, 4-year deal. He'll never get that again. So you lost so much money just from doing dumb shit. It's just sad to me, man. But hey, I hope that everything goes well for this man, and I hope that he continues to push forward, and I hope he's able to play again, because I want every individual deserves to get a bag, and you deserve to take care of your family, and you deserve to have all the peace and happiness and joy in life. So I hope he finds that peace, happiness, and joy during this off season, and next year he comes back a better person. This next story I've been reporting on, it was Melvin Gordon, 26-year-old, was holding out of his contract because he wasn't getting the contract that he deserved. So now he's going to be returning back today, this Sunday, to play. I'm not sure what the holdout did, but you lost a lot of money doing a holdout. And to me, if you were going to hold out and you were not getting the contract money you got, I just feel like if you're not going to hold out for the whole year or hold out until you get traded, what was the point of you holding out other than you giving them back money? Because you're back playing now. So what was the purpose of the holdout then? What purpose did it serve? It didn't serve them to give you a better contract. It didn't. It didn't give you more money since you hold out. So you're coming back. So it kind of defeats the purpose, man. I feel like if you're going to hold out and you're going to pursue other options, or you want to be traded, then hold out the whole year. Go into it with the mind frame of holding out the whole year. You have to go into it with that mindset. I think now that NFL players are playing this game, you got to be tough enough to know, hey, I got enough funds, I got enough bread where I can hold out for the whole season if they don't. And then next year we'll run into it and we'll see what happens. Or during the season, if they trade me. So I didn't understand why he coming back, because if that's the case, you shouldn't have held out at all, bro. That's just how I feel. If you're not gonna be like, if you're not gonna be able to, if you're not able to sacrifice like Bell did and hold out the whole year, what's the point, bro? What's the point? But anyway, man, hopefully he gets what he wants, either a trade or gets his money he wants maybe next season, or he gets traded and gets his bread. Either way, I'm all about, again, like I told y'all, I'm all about black men getting that bag, because that's what it's about, getting that bag and take care of your family. Shout out to Melvin Gordon. Hopefully everything works out. Hopefully he stays healthy for the whole season, and he's able to get the contract he wants. Now we're gonna move on to a little bit of Jaguar news. I gotta give y'all that Jaguar news, that Duval news. You know what I mean? I'm a Florida boy. I'm from Duval, so I gotta give y'all that Duval news, man. Gotta give y'all that Jacksonville love, man. I miss y'all, man. Ready to come back. Ready to see y'all, man. Ready to see the city, smell the air, eat the food. Miss y'all. So Jalen Ramsey apparently wants to be traded, as he stated. He's been missing He's been missing practice for the birth of his second child and back injuries and all that. Hey, if you want him, y'all can have him. But y'all got to give us a first-round pick. We ain't taking nothing less than a first-round pick for Jalen Ramsey. Give us a first-round pick. He off. He out of there. Don't get me wrong. He one of the best cornerbacks in NFL. But we don't need that kind of, we don't need no kind of interruptions right now from anybody, because we already got a backup string quarterback in there. As y'all know, my dog Nick Foles is hurt and broke his clavicle. He gonna be out for 10 weeks. So we got this. We got our backup quarterback, man, and we need everybody together on this shit, man, so we can keep rolling. We won 2 games. We got to keep rolling. Anyway, Jalen, if you don't want to be there, that's fine. Hey, give us a first round pick. Y'all can have him. Anybody out there want him? You can have him. First round pick. That's all we need. First round pick. So if you want Jalen Ramsey, you can have him, man. Shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. We 2-2. We're going to try to keep pushing and try to do our thing and try to move forward. Hopefully, we get these W's we need until our dog foes get back so we can do our thing. Shout out to everybody in Jacksonville. Duval County, I love y'all. All we going to get on to a little bit of what I like to talk about is, and this one, Vontaze Burfict, is what I want to talk about a little bit. And this is fair versus unfair. Now, I understand that a lot of these people on these networks and stuff look at it and say, he's been warned. So this is what comes after you've been warned. And I get all that. But this ain't powder puff. This is football. This is 90 miles an hour coming at you football. And I don't care who you is. I used to play football a little bit, but I don't care who you is. You coming at a man 90 miles an hour and he ducks, you're not always going to be able to get out of his way. I'm sorry. It just, that's damn near impossible to do. So they need to cut all these cupcake ass rules out of football. Set aside some funds for y'all getting sued again and bring football back to how it used to be. Because at the end of the day, these players sign up to play this brutal sport and they know what it is before they start playing this brutal sport that they play. But they play it because they love it and they play it because of the amount of money they make. So if you don't want to play it, find something else to play. Go to soccer. Go to something else. Go to baseball. Go to basketball. Go something else that's less physical. But if you're playing football in the NFL, this is what it is. So Roger Goodell, cut this shit out. Cut this man loose. Give him 4, 5, 6 games, whatever you want to give him to penalize him. And let's get back to playing football, because that dude is Burfict is an old school hard hitter. We need that kind of shit out here to see on TV. I'm just being real, man. It's a brutal sport. All this cupcake touching the quarterback by the ankles and getting the foul, or pushing, barely touching the quarterback face and 15-yard penalty. Man, that's cupcake. That's cupcake. We don't want to see that on TV, man. We want to see that real football shit on TV, man. Roger cut it out. So I think that penalty was a little bit too harsh, suspended for the rest of the season. I think this man deserves to come back and play and support his family at the end of the day. So he got a couple of appeals, I believe, that's coming up, or they already heard. So we'll see what comes of that, and we'll report about that again. Now I want to talk about the boxing, man. Boxing has been so damn dull. I mean, we ain't seen a good fight in forever. The last decent fight we've seen probably, I don't even know, man. I ain't gonna even start lying. I was finna start lying to y'all. Boxing, y'all gotta give us something we want to watch, man. We done broke y'all off. We done spend the bread with y'all, man. We done spent the bread over and over and over and over again with y'all, man. Y'all got to give us something that we want to see, man. And what y'all giving us right now, we don't want to see them fights. I'm going to tell y'all who the people want to see boxing. Aficionados, if y'all listening. Max Kellerman. We want to see Lama Klitschko and Gervonta Davis. That's the fight that's going to bring in the big, big bread. Big bag. That's the fight everybody want to see. That is the only fight out there that boxing that we want to see right now, really. To be honest with you, it really ain't no other fights out there really we want to see. It's a couple few other people that's fighting that's pretty good. But as far as the power, as far as the strength, and as far as the excitement, it don't get no better than Gervonta Davis and Lama Klitschko. That's what we want to see, boxing. Give us that fight now. Don't give us no other fight. Don't give us Klitschko and Harris, Devonta Harris, which he's a good fighter. We don't want to see that. We want to see Lama Klitschko and Gervonta Davis. I don't know who running from this fight, but whoever is running, let's make this shit happen. Real talk. Real talk, Mr. Anonymous. Let's make this Devonta Davis Klitschko fight happen. Boxing, y'all gonna do numbers with it. I promise you, man, if y'all give us this fight, man. We need to see this fight ASAP. I've been a boxing fan for a long time, but I'm getting very discouraged in the sport. And I haven't been watching a lot because y'all ain't been giving us what we want to see. So that's what we want to see. That's what y'all never need to give us, that real raw. And y'all give us that, man. And hey, we be all right if y'all give us that. We be all right if y'all give us that. So I just want to say that about boxing. I am a boxing, huge boxing fan, man. Love boxing. I always have loved boxing. Been a fan for a very, very, very long time since I was a little boy. 3, 4, 5 years old. My daddy had me watching Mike Tyson on the couch, paying for the pay-per-view, 1-round knockouts. Y'all feel me? You know what I mean? I'm 80s, baby, man. I go way back. I'm way back like that. You feel me? I'm way back. So yeah, we want to see that fight, man. And that's what we want to see. Now, y'all, I'm about to move on to a little bit of NBA, man, because we quickly got the basketball season approaching, man. And yesterday gave us a little bit of glimpse. We back on the map, baby. We back on the map. Super excited about this. We back on the map. Gave y'all a little glimpse of what the Lakers gonna do. Preseason game yesterday versus Golden State. LeBron and AD combined for 37 in the first half. It's gonna give y'all a glimpse. I already told y'all we going up this year. I already told y'all don't listen to me. We gonna dominate. We gonna do it this year. It's wide open for us. Gave y'all a little bit of glimpse of what LeBron and AD gonna do. Look very dominant. Look very crisp. Look very sound out there, man. So shout out to the Lakers, man. Lake Show. Y'all watch them this year. We know the Clippers there. We know Golden State there. We know the Blazers there. We know all other teams is out there. Y'all watch them Lakers, man. Y'all watch them do numbers. Watch what I say. I'm going to come back and talk about them again throughout the course. You can believe that. Watch us do numbers. I promise you we're going to do numbers. NBA season starts officially on October, I believe, the 26th. So October the 26th is the official season for the NBA. And it's the 74th, the October 22nd, 74th tip-off. You got the defending champion Raptors versus the Pelicans, and then you got the Clippers versus the Lakers. Lake Show. Now, that's what I'm talking about. So y'all watch out for that. Pay attention to that. Basketball season is rapidly approaching, man, and we're excited about that. Man, I'm gonna get on this, man. A lot of people been giving this guy heat for a long time. This family, the Ball family. A lot of people been giving them heat for a long time, but what their daddy has done is set them up in a position of power. And as black men, that's the way we want to do it, man. The way he set them up for success, man, we want to do it. Now, they got to put the work in, but he's set a blueprint down for them, man, to follow, man. If they follow that blueprint, man, they going to be all right, man. And shout out to this story, man. LaMelo Ball is the excuse me, y'all. LaMelo Ball is the projected number 1 pick in the draft on 3 different boards in between the number 1 and the number 3. All the NBA scouts is flocking out to see this boy play over. He's in the NA. He's in, what league is that he's in? LaMelo Ball is in the NLB league, playing NLB ball overseas. And the route that he took might have not been the easiest route because he's played his way for the last couple of years over in different leagues. but it's paying off, man. And I like I like guys that buck the system and go and do their own thing and make their own lane. And this boy made his own lane, went a different route, and now it's going to pay off majorly in the 2020 draft for him. Shout out to LaMelo Ball, man. Keep doing your thing, man. You're a trailblazer. You setting the way. You're a trendsetter, man. Dare to be different, man. Dare to do things a different way. If you don't like the way the system is, go in a different route from where the system is set up, man. Shout out to LaMelo Ball, man. Go get that bag now, bro. You deserve it. You put your work in. You went a different route. You didn't go the collegiate route. You said you didn't want to play college basketball, and you didn't. And now you made way for other black men to go and make money while they get ready and prepare to go to the NBA. And shout out to y'all, man. And this next story will kind of follow up with that because the Congress proposed federal legislation. Sorry, y'all. Legislation to pay college athletes for their likeness and talents. And that was passed in California. And if y'all know me, if y'all know Real Talk, Mr. Anonymous, that is something that I've been harping on for a long time. I think the NCAA is the biggest dictatorship there is in the United States. They dictate these players and tell them they can't make a living and they can't have any jobs, but we're not going to pay you, but we're making millions and millions of dollars off of your likeness. Our institutions are making $28 and $30 million a year off of your likeness. And college basketball is a $1 billion business, but we're not going to pay you any money off your likeness. And the university is not going to pay you any money off your likeness, and they're going to make millions of dollars off of you. It's bullshit. It's a travesty. It's fraud as far as I'm concerned. And the thing that upsets me most is the majority of college athletes are black young men. And that's the thing that upsets me more. I even think sometimes, let's just think, if this was a predominantly white sport, would this be happening? Would this be happening to a predominantly white sport? I don't know. We might say it is because you still got college baseball and they're not getting paid. And I'm pretty sure that's predominantly white. So maybe it's just across the board. We need to look at this again on how we try to use these young men for their talents and abilities. And we need to look at another way. So shout out to the congressman in California. Hopefully it gets passed around in each state. So at the end of the day, we can take that power away from the NCAA and these players can get some kind of stipends from some of the amazing things that they're doing out on the field, putting their bodies and their life on the line for these institutions, especially in college football. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to the congressman in California, man. And hopefully we see more of this going on as time progresses, and we're going to see how the NCAA is going to try to combat this, because you know they're going to do something, because now we digging in their bread now. We digging in their pockets now, and you know they don't want that. So we're going to see what they're going to do. We're going to see what they're going to come up with. So, man, again, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all ride with me. I appreciate y'all listening to my show. I love this shit, man. I love doing this. And it didn't matter to me, man, if I don't get a penny or dime doing it, man. I just enjoy having a podcast. It was a dream come true to do, something I had been wanting to do. If anybody has been listening to me, I've been wanting to do this for a very, very long time. So I'm super blessed to be able to present to y'all some of the thoughts that I have, and some of my, I feel like my analysts on certain things and speaking on certain subjects. And we're going to get into a few little inspirational things for you entrepreneurs out there, man, for all you aspiring entrepreneurs. For all you aspiring entrepreneurs, man, I want y'all to listen. This a quote came from King Solomon. Put in this way: two can accomplish more than twice as many as one. If one fails, the other can pull him up. But if a man falls when he's alone, he's in trouble. One standing can attack and defeat, but two standing back to back can conquer. Three is even better. For the triple brain cord is not easily broken. And this is an old quote from King Solomon that's relevant to this day. If you notice in the quote, he was talking about battling and going to battle, but it's very relevant to this day. So I want that to swish around in your mind, man. I want y'all to take that food for thought. And I want y'all to eat on that a little bit. Now I got a quote of the day from you, man. I don't know, a lot of people don't pay attention, man, but I listen to what Rick Ross is saying a lot, man. A lot of people laughing. Rick Ross always drop jewels. You just got to pay attention. And sometimes you got to sift through some of the other stuff that entertainers be talking about just to entertain people and get down to when they're not trying to entertain, what are they really talking about? And this man is always trying to drop Jews. And that is why Nipsey Hussle, I just love this man so much, because he's always dropping Jews. And he said this, man, and it stuck with me when he said this, and I've been thinking about it for the last few days. He said a lot of people are getting his DMs and ask him, like, man, how do I make power moves or put myself in power when I'm broke? And he has a legendary response to it. He said he sat and thought, and he said, being broke is one stage of the game to getting money. Being broken is something totally different. He says, because when you accept being broken, you accept you ain't gonna never be shit and you ain't gonna never have shit. But being broke is one of the stages of the game to getting money. And it stuck with me, man. It stuck with me because as aspiring entrepreneurs, oftentimes you broke trying to chase your dreams, man. You broke trying to chase your dreams. But it's a stage to it. It's a part of the process, a part of the journey. You got to trust the process of when you get to where you're going, you're going to appreciate it that much more because you know what struggle you had to do to get to it. But being broken is two totally different things. That's when you don't want shit and you ain't trying to do shit. That's completely different. And if you're in that mind state, that's where you messed up at. So again, his quote was, being broken is one of the stages of the game to getting money. Being broken is something totally different. When you accept being broken, you accept you ain't gonna never have shit or be shit. But being broken is one of the stages, being broke, is one of the stages of the game to getting money. Real talk, real shit from the boy Rick Ross, aka Rich Forever, man. Y'all go check him out on Snapchat, on IG, man, on Twitter, man. He dropped Jews, man. For real. He dropped Jews. And before I get to the last point I'm gonna make, which is my food for thought, I'm gonna get into something that's real serious to me, and it's really bothered me last night. So everybody here in the DFW know that Amber Geiger case went into a man's apartment, shot the man without he didn't have a gun, he didn't have anything on him. Say she went into the wrong apartment, then started making phone calls on her phone, trying to figure out what she was gonna do. By the whole situation is bullshit. And she only got 10 years and eligible for probation in 5. So you as a white cop can go into a black man's apartment, kill a black man, not have a gun, say you went to the wrong apartment, and you get 5 years for that? You get 5 years for that? Really? Taking a person's life, even if it was a mistake, is 5 years? This system is so fucked up we live in, man. This world we live in is so messed up, because if that was a black man and he went into a white girl's apartment and shot her, he would have got 30 years plus. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saddened by this, man, because man was an outstanding man, had different organizations going on, very church oriented. You just walk in this man's apartment and shoot him, and you get 10 years, and you eligible for 5 years. You can walk out of jail. Shit's crazy to me. But the thing that's got me really spooked right now is his neighbor next to him, which was, I think his name was Jaylen Brown, the other night, in the same apartment complex, got shot and later died in the hospital right after he testified. No clues, no information, no nothing. Some kind of conspiracy theory is going on right now. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but something going on that ain't right about that. How this man testify, and then a couple days after he testified, he ended up getting killed too. Something don't sound right, people. I don't know, but I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna make I might come out with another podcast, y'all, and just give y'all some more in-depth information about what's going on with this, because this is very, very peculiar to me that this man died a couple days after he testified against her. And he was probably the prosecutor's main defense that probably put her behind jail, that she even got anything. I don't know, man. It's a lot of different things that could have went on with that. We don't know for sure, but what we do know is something smells real funny about that shit right there. That's what I'm gonna say. Something smells very, very funny about it, and I don't know what it is, man. I do, like I said, I do now live in the DFW area, so that's very, very sad to me that somebody took this man's life. It could have been a random act. It could have been by chance, but it seems to be like it was staged to me, like it was planned to me. But I don't know, man. I'm not gonna speak on it for sure. I don't know about it, but that is the news being reported in this DFW area. Now we got two young black men that were hardworking individuals now dead, which is very, very sad to me, man. Very, very sad. So we'll pray for both the families of the guy shot, which was Mike Brown and Jaylen Brown, the two guys that were shot and killed. We'll pray for their families, and we ask God that they keep the family strong and keep them together, man. Very, very, very sad. So in closing thought, man, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of food for thought, as I always do. And this is the food for thought today. God never said that you wouldn't be tested and that there wouldn't be any dark days and that you wouldn't go through any obstacles, but there's so many obstacles in life that we go through. Life is not easy. Life is hard. It can be very, very painful. It can be very, very depressing sometimes. It can be very, very satisfying and gratifying. It can be very, very miserable. It can be a lot of different things, a lot of different times, because a lot of things go on in life that you cannot prepare for. A lot of stuff you can't prepare for. So God never said you weren't going to have these days. God never said that you weren't. There'll be days where you don't even feel like getting up and getting out the house. There are going to be those days like that. That's life. But what he did always say is that he will always walk beside you. I need y'all to remember that, people, that no matter what is going on in your life, God will always walk beside you. I'm not a pastor. I'm not trying to be a pastor, but it's on my heart and it's on my mind, and I'm giving it to you. There are going to be many, many obstacles in life. There's going to be many things that happen to you in life, but God will always walk beside you. I promise y'all. God will always walk beside y'all. He's always there, no matter if you know it or not. He always hears your cries. He always hears your prayers. And I encourage everybody to continue to pray, continue to be blessed, man. Y'all continue to find happiness in life, man. And anything that's in your life that is stopping you or deterring you or being a distraction, remove those distractions out of your life. You don't need them. Anybody that doesn't see your worth, ladies or men, remove that person out your life. Anybody that's not trying to go in the same direction, remove that person out your life. So, man, it's Real Talk Mr. Anonymous, man. I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. And I thank everybody again for following me, for checking me out. Go check me out again on Instagram, Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. Leave a comment. Drop a comment or whatever you want to do. Go subscribe to my podcast on podbean.com/Real Talk Mr. Anonymous, iTunes Real Talk Mr. Anonymous, Spotify Real Talk Mr. Anonymous, iHeart Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. I'm on Stitcher, anywhere where you can download podcasts is Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. Go check me out. I appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Till next time, we out.